as she mourned the loss of her beloved husband. A shocking discovery on Tinder shattered her world, leaving her to question the very essence of love, loyalty, and the fragile line between life and death. Maria's world came crashing down the night her husband Dan died in a terrible car accident. The memory of the burning wreckage and his agonizing screams would haunt her forever. Firefighters had to pull the devastated widow away as she sobbed uncontrollably, watching helplessly as the flames consumed her husband. In the months after the tragedy, Maria existed in a state of profound grief and numbness. She drifted through life feeling hollow and joyless. Kind words from others could not penetrate the deep sorrow she felt over losing her beloved husband so tragically. Although several months had passed since Dan's demise, Maria felt like it had only been yesterday. She missed his love, laughter, everything. Nothing made sense without him. "You can't stay locked in this darkness forever, Maria." Her friend's voice snapped Maria out of her thoughts. "Life's got to move forward," Jane continued. "Think about the debts. We need to figure out how to repay them. You don't need to deal with it alone. Look, don't hate me for saying this, but you've grieved him through and through. There is room for someone new," Jane suggested. "Just meet people. Go out to nice places. Maybe try Tinder." Though it seemed like a ridiculous idea to move on so soon, Maria decided to give it a try. But she was utterly shaken when she came across a profile with Dan's pictures and information. Could it really be him swiping on the app, somehow still alive? With trembling hands, Maria matched with the profile, half expecting it to be some cruel prank. But then a message arrived from Dan containing details and intimate knowledge that only her late husband would know. Devastated, Maria arranged a meetup, praying this was not just her mind playing tricks. At the cafe, Maria scanned every entering person, her heart racing. Then through the window, she spotted a man's back view that looked exactly like Dan, hastily dashing away. She ran out and tried to chase after him, but he managed to get away in a taxi before she could reach him. Beside herself with turmoil and confusion, Maria rushed to her friend Jane's house, only to find it strangely abandoned with a for sale sign out front. A neighbor mentioned that Jane had just left town abruptly in a hurry with a man resembling Maria's husband. This shocking revelation made Maria's suspicions burn even hotter. She decided to risk everything to get to the bottom of the mystery by following the financial trails. Even after selling her home to pay off debts and fund the investigation, authorities warned her she could lose it all. But Maria was now consumed with a passionate drive to uncover the truth. She diligently tracked the money trails, which led all the way to Austria. With nowhere else to turn, she flew there and teamed up with local police who had also been working the bizarre case. Finally, after putting the final pieces together, they apprehended Jane and a very much alive Dan as the two tried to sneak across the border yet again to flee. When Maria came face to face with the pair who had once been her closest loved ones, the shocking truth was revealed. Dan confessed that he had been deeply in debt and plotted to fake his own death in that staged car accident to escape it all. He had secured a homeless man's body to burn, manufacturing the whole scheme. And Jane had been his willing partner in crime, as well as his secret mistress all along. For Maria, this shattering revelation represented a trauma worse than actually losing Dan to death. The two people she loved and trusted most had been leading a double life full of lies and deceit for their own selfish desires, never caring whose lives they destroyed. Though completely heartbroken, Maria managed to find inner reserves of strength and resilience. She bravely pursued legal justice against Dan and Jane, ensuring they would be punished for their cruel betrayal. It was an incredibly difficult process, but Maria slowly attempted to rebuild her life, one step at a time. While she may never fully heal from such a deep betrayal, she found solace and power in knowing she had finally unearthed the truth. The disturbing dark chapters of her life were now seared into Maria's being, but she bravely persevered, refusing to let the twisted actions of Dan and Jane utterly consume her. Through sheer determination and spirit, Maria claimed a new lease on life and a hopeful future.